Hey, what's up everyone, Bubbleking here, and we're finally back with some more Paladins. Sorry about the small break, I've been very busy recently, but we came back just at the perfect time. On the PTR here, there is a new champion out, Willow. She's a fairy, she's a damage character, and yeah, I'm a bit surprised. Usually fairies you think would be a support type character, but this one's actually a damage type, so I haven't seen anything about this character at all at the moment, so I guess we'll find out together. So, let's start off with her left click. So what's her left click? Wand of the Overgrowth. Fire a blast of Fey energy that deals 500 damage every 0.75 seconds. Okay, that sounds interesting. Oh, it's got a splash in it as well. Oh, okay. And it's quite decent to splash in it. That's quite a big radius. Quite impressive actually, and it moves really quick. This is sort of like a EV Ice Bolt, except it deals less damage, but moves much quicker. And I believe it has a splash radius that's bigger than EV's. I don't believe EV's one's this big at all, even if you hit the ground or something like that. Okay, well, let's actually see what the damage drop-off is if we hit the ground next to it. So it's pretty much the same. Okay, it's not too bad. That's actually pretty good, I think. Really nice splash. If they have like a team that likes to group up a bit, you're gonna hit a lot of people with this. Like, look how far away they are, and even though you're only doing like 200 damage, it's actually quite crazy. Maybe we'll come over here and see if we can hit the middle sky and I'll hit the side ones. What's the travel on this? Oh, actually travels a long way, and it seems like there's no damage drop off if you shoot her long range. Is she getting extra damage for shooting this far? Oh, she must have something if you shoot the same person over and over again. Maybe that's like, I don't know, we'll find out later. But it seems like if we shoot the same person over and over again, it slowly goes up. So it's like, starts off at 500, then 550, 600. Yeah, it seems like hitting the same target over and over again seems to build up your attack damage on them. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Okay, what else do we have? Let's go to her right click next. Dead zone. Fire out a toxic spore that prevents all healing in an area for 4 seconds. Okay, that sounds very powerful already. Preventing all healing. Enemies affected by the spore that move out of the infested area cannot heal for 2 seconds. Okay, so it throws an AoE down on the floor, and then if they run out of it, they end up with a debuff that means they can't heal. Oh, that is actually quite big. I didn't expect it to be that big. That is very large. That probably covered the point completely. And it's a 15-second cooldown, is it? 15-second cooldown. That starts instantly once you throw it down. So it's really a 11-second cooldown, because it's there for 4 seconds. And the cooldown's 15 when it starts straight away you throw it down. So it's really 11-second cooldown between it being down and up. And that seems really, really strong. Holy crap. Obviously they can just walk out of it, but if they do, they get that debuff as well. It reminds me of a lot like Affliction Warlocks in WoW, where you have Unstable Affliction. And if they dispel it, they end up taking a huge amount of damage. So they can't really dispel your dots, because then they end up just hurting themselves even more. This is sort of the same scenario where they can walk out, but they're still going to end up in a bad situation where they can't heal. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Q. Seedling. Toss a seed that explodes after a second, dealing 500 damage and spawning 4 additional seeds that each explode. Whoa! Okay. So it's like we throw a bomb and then it spreads into smaller... Oh my god! That... And it bounces off walls and everything. It's like a Victor grenade. It seems to have a bit of time to explode though, so they obviously can't move out of the way. But it's like a Victor grenade. Takes a bit longer to explode, deals a bit less damage, but it also explodes into 4 smaller grenades. Holy crap, that damage is actually insane. In a small map, well, where like the point is like in a small tight area with lots of walls, like what's it called? Crystal Keep? No, it's not. The one where the ice map where you're inside that building, pretty much. And it's all real, you know, you can easily get a lot of people in there. You just throw it against the far back wall, bounce around, and unless they run completely off the point really quickly, you should get some nice damage down. Especially if they don't see it coming. I wonder if it doesn't start exploding until it hits the ground, or if we can throw it high up in the air and it'll blow up in the air and then come down. Guess it'll be hard to tell. Okay, so it doesn't seem to start exploding until it hits the floor. Okay. So I was thinking you might be able to like throw it up in the air on the point as the enemy's coming onto it. So as you pull back to get off the point, as they come towards you, it would like come down on top of them and deal tons of damage. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like you can do that. We'll try it again here. Yeah, it doesn't explode until it hits the ground. Okay. It doesn't say that though. It says a 1 second fuse. So maybe if you get high enough, it could work. But throwing it straight up off the ground, it won't do what I think what I want it to do at least. Yeah, that's no way. That's a 1 second fuse. It definitely waits till it hits the ground to blow up. Okay. Okay, that's really strong though. Because combined, that deals 2.5k damage if they get hit by all of them. So that's really nice. Does have a long cooldown though, 15 seconds. Okay, so next ability is F, which is a Flutter. Quickly flutter your wings and propel yourself forwards and upwards. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. It's like a Maldamba sliver, except you go upwards a bit at the end of it. I don't know how much height you actually gain. Doesn't seem like it's too much. That's actually not too bad. We got slightly harder in the second box. That's actually quite decent. It could make it a bit hard for people to judge where you're going. Obviously, once people get used to the character, they'll like be able to tell the pattern when she starts to fly upwards and stuff. But just this alone seems pretty decent. I wonder if we can start F in the air and we'll get even higher. So if we... Oh, okay, you can. Okay. That's cool. So that's actually quite decent. It's like a little extra jump. You can get to pretty far platforms. Like, if we want to get to there, I don't know if we'll actually be able to reach it, will we? No, we accidentally hit the water anyway. You might be able to reach it though. But yeah, you could like jump across and fly over to this platform or something like that. Even if this platform was like slightly higher because you go up in the air. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. 10-second cooldown's not too bad, but it would be nice if it was a bit lower. But so far, her kit looks quite strong, so I understand why some of these cooldowns are quite high. Okay, what else do we have? We have E here, which is an ult, harness the power of the Fae and take to the sky. Oh, she has a flying ability.
Reach for the sky.
Does she? Oh, she can move. Oh, whoa. Okay. Oh, okay, that's easier. Okay, yeah. I thought you had to like look in the direction you want to fly, but no, you can use your space to fly upwards. Makes sense. And yeah, actually, you move really slow in the air, which is sort of iffy. Like, it could be really bad as a result. Let's quickly build our ult back up here if we can. Maybe it'll be easier doing it over here. For a nice little Q down there. Okay. So yeah, 10 seconds is a long time though. Being able to fly in the air, it's much longer than like an EV saw. Drogo's can probably stay in the air if he has the right cards and manages his fuel properly. But that is a long time to stay in the air. It's actually not too bad. It seems going down is quite slow. Going up is quite decent. And side to side is not too bad as well. So as long as you're not trying to fly downwards for some reason, it should be fine. Okay, let's take a look at these legendary cards here. Increase the damage of each seedling by 350. Holy crap. Dead zone damages shields for 50% of their maximum health over 1 second. See, I feel like with a card like this, it might be a problem where you're putting too much into one skill. If you want to use, like, the skill's already so strong by itself, and when you use it with this card, Dead Zone is the skill I'm thinking of, right? Yeah. Yeah, so this spell's already quite strong by itself. And with this card, you sort of make it multi-purpose where you can get rid of shields and healing. But as a result, you might not be able to do, like, most of the time you might only be able to get rid of a shield or stop healing, because obviously the healers and stuff aren't always going to be on the same point. The shield might be a bit far off the point or something like that, or on the point and they'll be off the point. So you might not be able to hit the shield and the people at the same time, or like you only be able to hit 1 or 2 people and the shield instead of all 5 of them, or something like that. So I feel like while this effect could be quite strong, I feel like you might be putting too much into dead zone at that point, and when it could, you know, be better used just using dead zone on large groups of people instead of wasting it on shield sometimes. Okay, what's this one? Targets hit by your attacks take 50 additional damage each time. So this is what was increasing our damage over time. Second up to 5 times. This seems not too great, to be honest. I mean, at 5 hits, your target's probably already dead, unless it's a tank. And at max stacks, it's only an extra 250 damage a hit, which really isn't too much. I feel like Seedlings might be the best one here. However, it is the only one where they can easily dodge out of it if they have some sort of movement ability, or if they see it coming in. Because as I said, it is a bit slower than a Victor Grenade, but as you can see there, if you do get it off, it can deal devastating amounts of damage. So I feel like on very small maps where there's lots of walls, where people have to go through choke points, stuff like that, maybe like ice mines, because when you have to go through the choke point after capturing the payload, something like that, this Q could be like crazy good. You combine it with your right click here, you throw that down, they're all gonna, you know, not be able to get healed, and you throw down your Q on it and they all just blow up and die. So that could be quite interesting. What else? This one, yeah, as I said before, I don't think the damage is really worth it. If you're getting 5 hits on the someone, they're already dead in most scenarios, I think. I think it makes too much of a difference. I could be completely wrong. You would have to look at the exact health numbers of characters and what this allows you to actually kill off in 1 less hit. There's actually quite a discussion with aggression, which we all know is pretty terrible compared to like Wrecker and stuff. But it was actually, people were discussing, if you pick up 1 point in aggression, who would you be able to kill off in 1 hit less if you're playing someone with a slow attack speed like Eevee or something like that? Because obviously with a slow attack speed, being able to kill someone in 1 less shot could be really beneficial. And yeah, same goes with this. If you can kill someone off with 1 less shot, it could be actually quite beneficial to picking this one up. I still think this one would be the best though, because 350 extra damage on those seedlings, which are crazy strong already. Seems like a good idea. And this one doesn't seem too bad either. I can't really test it here. It does have a 5-second internal cooldown, so I assume with the cards there is a way to reduce the cooldown of Dead Zone to get it below 5 seconds. So that seems pretty crazy if you can, because the ability seems quite strong. Okay. So, yeah, quite a cool character overall. Let's go take a look at... Oh, actually, I know what we can do. We're going to see if we can throw this thing up in the air. Really high up here, and it'll blow up. Okay, so it still gets to the ground. Actually, those blew up at the same time. With the ones on the floor here and the one that landed up there. I don't know. I have no idea. It seems like it hits the ground, then waits a second and blows up. But I don't know about the little mines that spawn off that. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the cards here. We'll see what type of car she has. Gain 1 ammo when activating seedlings. Not too bad. It has quite a long cooldown if I remember, right? It's 15 seconds. Yeah, so it's not too bad. Not too great though. Flutter ammo. Health after activating seedlings. This seems quite bad. It's only 200 HP at max rank. Unless it's each seedling exploding, and then it actually could be quite useful. Otherwise, yeah, 200 HP every 15 seconds seems quite bad. Reload speed after using Seedling. It's okay, I guess. Nothing really amazing. Definitely going to be better cards than that out here. And this one. So this one's epic. So I assume this one's going to be quite good actually. Reduce the cooldown of Seedling by 0.5 seconds if you hit an enemy with Seedlings. Okay, so this is actually quite interesting. It doesn't say each enemy you hit with Seedling, so I assume it can only proc once. But the question is whether it can proc multiple times with different seeds. Like if you can proc it by hitting an enemy with the first seed, and then when it explodes into 4 smaller seeds, if each one of those also reduces the cooldown reduction of this, this could be quite strong. Reduce the cooldown of Seedlings by 0.5 if you hit an enemy with Seedling. I don't know. If it is each time it hits an enemy, so if you hit like 4 people, it reduces it by 8 seconds. This is going to be crazy strong. If it's just one person, like if it only affects one target, if no matter how many people you hit, then I still think it'll be okay. I think Seedling, especially with the Legendary, is such a strong skill that you might pick this up, even in that scenario. I guess we can test it out. Let's go pick it up now and we'll test it out with some other cards here. Okay, so what else do we have? Reduce the cooldown of Flutter. Flutter had a 10-second cooldown from remember, so you can put it down to 8. That's okay. It's quite a decent escape. Can be a bit predictable though later on when you know if she's going to go up and when she's going to go up. Generate 1 ammo when activating Flutter. Health after activating Flutter. These all don't seem, these 3 at least don't seem too great. This one might be good if you need to get out of trouble a lot as this character. But I guess we'll find out. Actually, I didn't check how much health she had. I didn't take a look at that. We have to go look at that. Because if she has very low life, this is something we're going to have to pick up. Just so we can dodge stuff and get out of the way of stuff. Try and survive a bit better. Heal for 200 HP per second. 20 HP per second while standing in the dead zone. 200 would be quite nice at max rank. It would be like, what was it, 800? Yeah, 800 health per second. That would be, I think, a bit strong. Maybe it would be worth picking it up if it was 800 per second. But 80 per second while standing in the dead zone, I don't know about that. As a damage dealer, you probably don't want to be that close to the enemy. And I assume you want to throw the dead zone on the actual enemy, so I'm not too sure about that one. Especially in the last 4 seconds, which is 320 life. Not too great. Actually, you could get the increased duration here and combine it with pixie dust. That is something. So we also have movement speed when entering dead zone. This could be useful as a supportive type item. You could throw it down on the enemy, then either your flankers or your tanks, something like a Fernando or something like that who's really short range, can run in there and chase down the enemy. So that could actually be pretty decent. Maybe not in like a pug group, but maybe in like an actual competitive scene, maybe if you wanted to have like some team that needs a really big movement speed boost. But yeah, I don't know. There's probably better stuff to pick up than that. Especially you don't want to waste 4 points just for movement speed sometimes, but it could be useful. Depends, yeah. Probably you have to look to a competitive scene if you want to see something like this used. Same with like the Barricade Barrack, the movement speed when you walk through a shield. It's similar to that. Really the only time you would ever see it is if you want to pull out some crazy strategy as a team where you like all run through this at once and you get a crazy amount of movement speed and just pick everyone off while you're going crazy fast. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Increased duration of dead zone. I don't know if you really need this. I feel like the enemy's going to move out of the dead zone within the time anyway. So I don't know if you actually need this. It doesn't increase the effect of the debuff they get when they walk out of the zone. It's just how long the zone lasts there. So, I don't know. It could keep someone off the point a bit longer, which could be quite nice, because they're obviously not going to walk back onto it while the dead zone's there, because they'll end up taking a lot of damage. And what happened? Why are we out here? What were we looking at? We're looking at dead zone here. Sparkle card. We said that dead zone, probably they would just walk out of it, so you don't need to increase duration. The only good reason to pick this up would be to keep them zoned out. To reduce cooldown of dead zone by 0.5 seconds. Could be useful. I guess with this combined with Just Believe over here, you could get it down to the lower than 5 seconds, which is why they put an internal cooldown in there for the legendary card of it. I don't see that happening too often though, but I guess it is a possibility. This with Chronos and this, yeah, I see it happening sometimes, I guess. Especially since when they can't heal, you're going to probably get an elimination, so yeah, that could actually happen quite a bit. Does seem like quite an investment though. You need 4 points in this, 4 points in this, and get a couple of points in Chronos. So I'm not too sure about that. And yeah, you're probably not going to be able to do it anyway because it's an internal cooldown on it. But if there wasn't an internal cooldown, I don't know if it would actually be worth it. But that would have been interesting to see, to be honest. We also got reload speed, pretty generic. Movement speed out of combat, which is always trash most of the time. Get some health. And then the cooldown reduction here. Yeah, I don't know. This might actually be quite decent. You have quite long cooldowns. You usually can get a pick quite easily with the anti-healing zone. And you do pretty good damage. So you splash a lot. You can hit lots of targets at once, which means you're probably going to get a lot of eliminations. And with Just Believe, it probably means you're going to get even more eliminations. So yeah, I could actually see that being used. Maybe if we combine this with this, and we'll see what ends up happening. See what great stuff we can make happen. Let's get some. Let's try this one as well. I want to see if it only wants to use the first part of it. I'm pretty sure it is, because otherwise it'd be quite strong, and we can't have that happening. And what else should we get? Generate 1 ammo when fluttering, healing when fluttering. I don't know. Let's just pick up a random one, who cares? Let's get this one. Yeah, I want to really try out this one here, that the cooldown reduction, how it works. And how it will go when we combine it with our cooldown reduction card when we get an elimination. So I'm going to try and throw the seeds into a bunch of skies, see if we get some good cooldown reduction there, and what ends up happening. Especially when we combine it with this legendary card, I think this is going to be quite strong. Okay, let's try this out. Let's get over there.
An enemy has drawn first blood.
Okay, so it seems to reduce every time it hits someone. Now, whether it reduces for hitting multiple targets with the same one. Wait, let's see. Just make sure my theory is correct. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is really strong then.
Triple kill. Killing spree.
You can do that, and it already reduces it to half. What this means is you can get rid of the other card we just got. You can get rid of this card on the end here. Because I thought it would only reduce it once, but it actually reduces it multiple times. So
7 in a row.
okay, well that's quite strong then. Holy crap!
That's 9.
This definitely seems like the way you're gonna play her. You're gonna sit, I don't know, not too far back. Her weapon does have a bit of travel time, but it's not too slow. You get good splash on it as well, so it's not too bad if you slightly miss them. And then you just wait for them to grip up a bit, throw this in, do a bunch of damage, it resets, and then
15 in a row. Triple
I think, is it only the first initial hit that does a cooldown reduction for the 2-second part?
kill.
I think it is.
Triple kill.
Oh, we should have made a deck without this cooldown reduction here. Yeah, I think it's only the first hit that counts as the cooldown reduction on the the 2-second part of the first card we have here, Sprouts. Okay, let's get to a guy that's actually standing still so we don't end up screwing this up.
An enemy is savage.
We throw this over there. Oh shit, no, it bounces off her. Whoops. Well, that still had the same amount of cooldown reduction as the other place, so maybe it doesn't work for each person here. See, that's the same cooldown reduction when hit. Did it hit Fernando the other time? I can't tell. Screw it, we're going over to Pip here. Pip, you're gonna be our test dummy. Come over here and stand still for a second.
An enemy is
Thank you.
immortal.
Okay. So it does seem to reduce by 2 seconds for each target hit. I'm so lost. I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah. So that was definitely a 4-second cooldown. Taken off when we hit 2 people with it there.
Baby little seedling.
Yeah. And that part takes... I don't know if that part's taking the cooldown reduction on it as well. I wish there was a way. Wait, maybe here we go.
They just can't stay away from me. Double kill.
Okay, yeah. It seems to be doing every hit. Okay, so that seems really, really strong then. If that is the case. If what I think I'm saying is right. That seems very, very strong. Maybe I'll quickly just get out of here and make a deck and I'll just jump to when I get back in the game here. So we can confirm that, cause that seems really, really crazy strong if so. Okay, so let's test this properly this time. So we got one without the actual cooldown reduction on kill. Let's go throw it into the people over here. We should end up with... Okay. So it was reducing on every hit. That's good. That's a really good card then. I really like it. That's probably the build I'm gonna play the most out of this. It's like when I play Tara, I always like going to fire bomb build, where you just throw the fire bomb down the point. All the tanks just can't do anything about it. They just have to wait until the fire goes away, and you get free damage down. Yeah. So that's really, really strong. I'd like to see people optimize this build, obviously, to work out what's the best to go with this card. I assume it's going to be this Nectar card since... Well, Nectar probably be quite strong because you're going to be activating the Seedlings a lot. Germination actually might be quite strong because you're going to be activating Seedlings a lot as well. Which means you probably won't have to reload. You could just like keep shooting and then throw it and then keep shooting and then throw it again. Over and over again because you're probably going to have Seedlings up in time. What else? Okay, I also made a Scorched Earth build where we can try and get this combo off that I was talking about before. So we got the cooldown reduction, we got the cooldown reduction from Just Believe as well. And we'll see if we can get it to the sub 5-second cooldown before we, within 5 seconds of throwing it down, so. We would have to right click, deal a bunch of damage, and
Enemy killing spree.
kill them all off. Okay, so still we couldn't even get to it.
Triple kill. Unstoppable.
We have to get a bunch of people low first. And not kill them off like I just did. Okay.
Double kill.
Oh my god, we didn't even throw the right click down first. What am I doing?
Kill.
Okay. So we'll throw the right click down, quickly try and kill some people off.
Double kill.
Kill them off separately. That's pretty close. The thing's still on the floor and we threw down another one.
That's 13
Okay.
in a row.
I could see this being possible with Kronos.
Kill. Triple kill.
Seems like you'd have to, versus very squishy targets, or have your team killing off people quite fast to be able to get off every 5 seconds. But
Triple kill.
if you can, could be really, really good.
An enemy is
It's,
unstoppable.
that's if they have shields as well, because otherwise this thing's not going to do anything. But yeah, that could be quite interesting. I didn't see any cards that really synergize too well with this. I mean, it does increase the splash damage on the side targets as well, but I don't know. It just seems like the damage is so much less than the extra damage you get from the Seeds legendary. To me, at least, anyway. I don't know. Someone might find a build where it's better to go this, where you just like I don't know, you go around and try and pick off targets, tanky targets at least. Because yeah, if you're versing squishies, this isn't gonna make too much of a difference, unless there is a health, unless you can hit like some specific health targets with one less shot. So, yeah, she has 2,000 health, which is okay on the lower side, obviously, but she is a damage dealer, and it's actually higher than some of the other damage dealers, quite a lot of them actually, so that's not too bad. She has quite a strong kit, it seems like, some very strong options. The anti-healing, obviously, is going to be crazy strong. The seedlings, ridiculous amount of damage. Depending on the map, they could be quite hard to actually get out of. But yeah, I think very, very nice character. Probably going to see a lot of her. Especially with this Q build, I feel like. Just throwing tons of them out. At least on certain maps, as I said. It seems like you really need those choke points for her to be able to get all those mine hits off. But we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. I'm always excited to see what happens with these new characters, whether they become meta or not. So yeah. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about this new character. Seeing her for the first time here, I was a bit surprised that they came out with a fairy that was a damage dealer. But yeah, it seems to work out quite well. It's going to be really interesting. I'll be actually quite interested if you don't even pick up cauterize on this character, because you already have an anti-healing ability here. So you can just, I don't know, if you're walking around the back lines a bit, you see the enemy healer, you throw this down, blow them up really quick, and then continue on your way. So you might not even pick up cauterize on this character. It'll be interesting to see, even if they have lots of healers or something. Yeah, I wonder what they're going to do. Or people end up going to do. I probably think with her long cooldowns, Cronus would be a nice option. You probably don't need to pick up Morale Boost either, because this really isn't one of those game-changing ultimates, if you know what I mean. Like, if you look at something like Androxus Ultimate, or some of these big AoE damage ultimates that can cause a lot of chaos, they can really change the game. With this one, yeah, you might be able to get a pick or two at most, but it's not like you're going to get like you can't, like, there's no possibility that you're going to get a 5-man like combo in here and just kill everyone off before you come down. I don't know, someone might prove me wrong though. There'll be like one situation where someone somehow dodges everything while flying and then gets a pentakill. That'll be interesting to see. Yeah, I don't think you need to pick up morale boost. I don't think your ults are strong enough to warrant that. And I think your cooldowns are long enough where picking up Cronus is definitely a must. Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen in the yellow cards at least. Red cards, as I said, yeah, cauterize, you probably won't pick that up depending on how often you're using your right click on like the point or something like that. So guess that'll be something to watch out for depending on how many healers they have. You might need to pick it up or you might not. And what other section? The blue section, it's really not too much. You like usually the blue section now, if you're not going for resilience and you're not a tank, there's usually not much to go for. Like, you're really not going to go for Haven when you could pick up like a Wrecker or the Cauterize to deal with the enemies a bit easier. So I'm not too sure. Obviously, if you do get to the point in the game where you can spend credits on the blue section, it's just going to depend if they have lots of CC, lots of direct damage, or lots of splash. Or like a stealth character if you need to deal with that. So that one's pretty straightforward, just have to watch their team comp. And yeah. Interested to see how everything turns out. What's the last section of cards? Oh, the healing cards. Yeah, not too sure about that. I mean, she does pretty good splash. A good life rip would probably be the go-to, maybe. Kill to heal could be quite good. You just sit back, throw these out, get a bunch of assists on people, blow people up, get some nice healing. So that could be a possibility as well. Anyway, I'm interested to hear what you guys think about this character. First impressions, she's going to be quite strong, but you never know. You never know. They could bring out another character next patch that completely like counters her or something like that. So you never know what's going to happen with these characters. Anyway, write what you think about her in the comments. I'm interested to hear your opinions on her. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.